So hey guys, how's it going? Hope all is well with you, and welcome back to The Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. So, in the next episode, or this episode, let's, keep going with the story, see how more messed up this game can get, and what other bad situations we're going to get Mayumi killed in, or whoever else, but also let's hopefully get the good endings soon as well. I don't know how far we're through the story anyway, but I guess we'll find out soon. But just to recap the last episode, we basically, we kind of retraced our steps by using the map that we found at the sea lion stage area to kind of go back, because we decided to leave Himeno as she was in her sick, weakened state due to nematode parasites, she's slowly dying, but she's alive for now, but we've got to find a way to escape, and hopefully then we'd be able to get her a doctor if there's any chance of saving her. But one choice we made was to decide to retrace our steps, hoping that Kenji wouldn't be there, but sadly he was, so we ended up getting another bad end by Kenji eating Mayumi alive. Lovely. But then we took the other route, which continued the story by going in the underground passage underneath the sea lion performance stage. Ended up in a control room kind of place, which seems to control a lot of the features of Manten Aquarium and their exhibits. Came across another whole lot of bad ends due to decisions. Some I kind of knew were going to head to a bad end, but we just wanted to see what would happen. But we did eventually get the right end, but we had to save this random girl with purple hair. We still haven't got her name yet, but she's got an attitude on her. She's probably a bit tsundere, but we've not come across a scenario where she can show her tsundereness, really. But anyway, so she ended up being affected by the phenomenon of Manten Aquarium as well, with the kind of time paradoxes or other dimensions, or how did she put it? This malicious Manten Aquarium, where basically the room turned they were both in the control room, then turned into kind of ocean filled with the 4 killer whales of the Manten Aquarium, where based on our choices we ended up with Mayumi and the girl also being eaten by killer whales a couple of times in various different ways. It wasn't nice, and the ocean turning red with their blood. But then we chose the correct option, which was to use the ultrasound wave system of the speakers to kind of cause the whales' sonar to recognise that, and it made them disappear, which was good, so they survived. And then Mayumi and this other girl got talking a little bit, although the other girl's trying to get away as well. She wants nothing to do with teaming up with us. She just wants to supposedly continue travelling through Manten Aquarium. Mayumi obviously wants to find a way out to save her and Himeno, and if there's a chance, Mari and Kenji. But this girl apparently doesn't want to leave Manten Aquarium, but she hasn't really told us why yet. So that's where we are. We've ended up in what appears to be some kind of staff room, a break area for staff of the aquarium. So let's get back into the story and see where it takes us next. So, there are stairs at the end of the underground passage. Climbing those stairs leads to a waiting room for staff. According to the map, it seems this waiting room is connected to the passageway where Hiyoshi-san went crazy. Oh shit. So that means that there's potential for Kenji to get close to us again. He's kind of shown that at the moment we can't cure him of his insanity, so if we come across him again, probably gonna die. So let's hopefully avoid that, guys. However, I cannot hear any particular strange sounds. There are various things scattered about this room, and they seem to be left this way for some time, but it doesn't appear to be in disrepair the way the stage is. Oh, here's our mystery girl.
Why are you following me? Because, in order to find the clues to escaping from this aquarium, I have to keep moving forward.
Yes, that's true.
Is that so? By the way, can you tell me your name?
We would like to know that.
If you're going to ask someone their name, you should give yours first.
That's also true. I suppose it's polite.
Right. I'm Nakanomi Mayumi. I'm usually called Mayu. How about you? There's no need for me to tell you.
Oh, what a bitch. Won't tell us her name. God damn it. The girl mixes a sigh in with this brief conversation, thinking that I'm the one who feels like sighing. Somehow, the conversation has come to a close. Though her attitude towards me is cold, she has shown no outright aggression, reassuring me that I'm no longer alone. Well, at least Mayumi she did have a smile. It's gone now.
It feels like someone was here recently.
I mutter on spotting someone's clothes and partially consumed sports drink. Yeah, I kind of noticed that when I was looking around the room just before we started reading. That there is I thought it was a bottle of water, but it appears to be a sports energy drink. It's half drunk. As if having reached the same conclusion, the girl returns my glance.
In this aquarium, each room is completely different, being completely ruined or being in use like this room. You think so too, then?
She's surprisingly receptive to what I said. The girl sits down on a sofa in the staff room, motioning for me to sit opposite her. She seems to be telling me she wants to talk everything over thoroughly. She's kind of worked out that Mayumi is a person that can see the phenomenon, and it's someone that she can talk to about all this messed up shit, and how it appears that there's a time lapse in between areas, and maybe it changes. Oh, close up.
The phenomena of Manten Aquarium. You mentioned how every room is different, but I think that each door you take is different. What exactly do you mean? I hoped you'd be sharper, but you're a blockhead after all. You have also experienced opening a door to find things have changed. Am I wrong?
No, that is correct. We've opened rooms or even gone back to rooms that we've previously been through and then ended up in, usually, the ocean drowning.
Yeah, I have. Things like hearing strange voices or having a normal person go crazy.
Kenji too. The girl places her hand on her chin, a serious expression appearing on her face. I didn't think she would listen to what I had to say at all, but apparently Manten Aquarium is the exception.
You said also. Does that mean you have as well?
She's given away that Mayumi is not alone in seeing this weird shit.
When I entered one room, I was choked by the stench. I thought it was from the tanks not being filtered, but no matter how many rooms I passed through, I realized the situation in each room was completely different. It was the same for me. Thinking I didn't completely grasp the situation, I tried going back the way I came. When I did so, the situation was completely different the first and second time around. At first, the fish in the stingy tanks were swimming about. Do you get it?
When you open the door, the circumstances of the room change? Yeah, so it's kind of like on a lapse of different times of when the aquarium was probably in a booming state, or when it was in disrepair, or maybe when it was even being built.
At the very least, the doors are the key. After hearing your story, I'm convinced.
Oh, she's standing up. After saying this, the girl rises and adjusts the hem of her skirt.
Well, I'll be off. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we share information, like what things are like in each area? There's no need. It changes each time you open a door, so all of our experience up to this point are in the past.
With that cold attitude, the girl puts her hand on the exit door. Somehow, I feel that trying to stop this girl from going on alone is pointless. Slumping my shoulders with the realization that I will once again be alone, I discover a book lying on the sofa. Yeah, I was about to think that, oh god, here she goes again. She's just going to leave us again and Mayumi's going to be alone and feel sad. But, a book. Well, there is a book or a magazine there. Is there a book? Oh, there is a book there by the clothes, yeah. Alright, cool.
Where you were sitting just now, is that a diary?
And this immediately gets the girl's attention.
A diary? Could it belong to one of the staff of Manten Aquarium?
The girl, and she sat back down again. The girl reacts with sudden interest and returns to the spot facing me. Somehow, just as the girl said, it seems to be the diary of a Manten Aquarium staff member, a bit larger than a paperback. It is similar to a pocket notebook.
Let me see it. Ah!
The girl takes the diary from my hands and opens it. Jeez, be polite, don't just snatch it off us.
This date is from 5 years ago. From 5 years ago?
How convenient. Just around the time when your little sister disappeared. 5 years ago. The date Mari went missing and at the incident the girl mentioned occurred, Manten Aquarium was the thing these two incidents had in common. This diary has something important written inside. That is what my intuition is telling me. Well, it might give us some clues anyway.
I want to look too.
Pulling back the girl's arm as she reads the diary on her own, I force my way in so I can peek at it as well. Okay, here we go, some diary entries. In the beginning, it is all a simple description of this person's job. I'm interested in how the fish are cared for and the hidden workings of the aquarium, but now is not the time. The girl flips through the book looking for more important information. This is what I want as well.
This is... Let's take our time going through this part.
The date is one I recognize. A cold day, halfway through January. The date of my first visit to Manten Aquarium. A day of destiny. So the day her sister disappeared. I'm just going to read this in my normal voice because we don't know who this diary belongs to. There's been an accident. A big one. The fish in the deep sea fish booth died due to an error in the pressure control valve, and in the ensuing panic, Director Sakuragi died as problems with the machinery increased. Sakuragi? Now, I was wondering if that was the girl, the nasty bitch vice director person we'd heard of, but no, this is the actual director, and no, it's Reiko Saganumi or something like that, so not the same person. The loan on the deep sea fish booth hasn't been paid off yet, but tomorrow it will be closed down right away. It's being called a closure, but the staff is being called together. I'm so down.
I'm moving on. Okay.
The girl continues flipping through the diary. Could this director's death have been the incident the girl was talking about? For some time after the entry, it seems to be just his grumblings. So it is a guy's diary. Evidently, the girl is skipping over these parts. Seems this employee was going through some tough times. It's been 3 months to the day since we started operating with the deep sea fish booth closed down. Customer traffic has decreased, even though we do have the tunnel tank and jellyfish booth. Well, when we went through those bits, they were cool up until the points when it got messed up. Thanks to it being promoted as a date spot, the amount of couples coming in is increasing. Our bonuses have probably been cut, but it seems we can continue without losing any staff. Okay. Finally, an optimistic entry. 3 months since the accident, for a recovery, it happened pretty fast. I don't think I was as positive as he was 3 months after Mari disappeared. Nope. The girl finally begins to read on in the diary. After a month passes in the diary, the speed with which she flips through the page slows down. It's starting to get to the juicy stuff. Lately, strange rumours have begun to spread, like that the water in the tanks turns to blood, or that the director's ghost swims about. They're urban legends. I don't know who's spreading these rumours, but they seem to be popular amongst high school girls. Thanks to that, the amount of high school girl customers is increasing. It's probably a one-time boom. Once the boom is over, there's no doubt that the amount of customers will recede in contrast. Well, no, because here we are probably 5 years later, because it sounds as if this diary hasn't been touched in 5 years. There are still high school girls visiting due to these rumours.
They've been around for 5 years? These rumours?
The girl nods at my words. She still doesn't take her eyes off the diary. Though the rumours should be fading into obscurity, they seem to be steadily increasing in their grandeur. People spreading out further and further about and probably adding their own opinions to it and making them sound even more interesting. I've been asked things by girls like, the director was killed, right? It was a murder, right? That shouldn't be happening. Well, it's fine as long as the girl is cute. No, it's not really. For a second, a scowl appears on the girl's face and she's not happy about that line. This staff person's candid thoughts aren't really reassuring. It would probably be impossible for anyone to remain neutral about this, so I can sympathise with the girl's sullen expression. Even amongst the staff here, rumours have begun to spread. Even those who are decent adults are keeping them alive. I want Kazuki to stop with the "there are so many fishy things about the accident in the deep sea fish booth" and playing detective. Well done, game. Nice pun there. The girl pauses briefly as she thinks something over, but when she realises I am looking at her, she flips the page noisily. That Kazuki, he's been out for 3 days now. He's pushed his luck too far by encouraging these rumours. It doesn't seem to be just someone skipping work. The girl's puzzled expression gives a hint of something more. Why would an employee disappear for 3 days without at least saying he was still sick? That guy, ever since he came back, he's gotten weird. How are the fish? How is the ghost? I'm the only one that's actually listening to him.
From here, the writing gets messy.
It does. Don't play around. Stop messing with me. What's going on? Kazuki drowned to death in one of the tanks. Oh, shit. So the director died mysteriously just before the deep sea fish booth was opening, or was currently just opened. And then 3 months later, people are spreading the rumours. Family traffic decreases, but couples traffic and also high school girls traffic increases due to rumours, and then this guy dies randomly. I thought he'd be going too far with these rumours, but he was a good guy. Everyone else has started calling it a curse. What's going on, damn it? Again, someone died in Manten Aquarium. And he was a person who was active in spreading the urban legends. With that, the rumours would become easier to swallow for children and adults. Something is weird. Lately, deaths amongst the creatures we have on display have increased. After all our work to recover, management is hitting a slump again, and now more weird shit is going on. The fish are just dying. The weird rumours aren't going away either. Why can I see the ghost of a girl inside the aquarium? It's so over the top. I don't get any of it. Gee, I wonder who this ghost of a girl could be. The two of us continue to read intently. Lately, I'm seeing fish everywhere, as if seeking prey. I have a voracious appetite. Come to think of it, I've started to think that rumour in particular might be true. After the closing of the exhibit, I've seen a girl with long hair. Even though it's June, she's wearing winter clothes. There's no doubt about that. And that's confirmed. This guy has seen what probably is the ghost of Mari. What? And of course it triggers Mayumi. Without my noticing, that word slips out. No, that's wrong. Denial appears in my mind. The girl notices that I've fallen into a strange state and she curtly says, "Concentrate." Either way, I'm already concentrating. I take a deep breath and steady my breathing, squinting to follow the words of the diary. I've gone crazy, or so many of them say. What's crazy about me? I haven't the slightest idea. This isn't an aquarium, so it shouldn't be weird for there to be fish everywhere. Look, even as I write this, they swim around me. There's a clownfish. I'm assuming he's not looking at a tank. I'm assuming that they've just appeared in the hallway that he's in at this point. Yep, and he's confirmed all the strange phenomenon that they're experiencing.
This is probably the same phenomenon as I experienced. Yeah.
Fish swimming about, even in places with no water. It had to be connected to the phenomenon in the underground control room. Even with this girl and I having experienced being attacked ourselves, it feels like I'm still resisting this for some reason. Oh, more diary. Lately, I feel like I'm going to drown. I wonder if my body is weakening. Nevertheless, everyone is so cruel. Even if I were to start drowning in this room, no one would help me. I wonder if maybe this phenomenon chooses who it affects, or only affects certain people, so others in the room won't really notice that you're drowning.
Drowning with no water there? That's... Yes, the same phenomenon. And by this room, maybe the room we're in right now? This staff room?
Oh, if that's like its last entry, possibly.
I want to go ahead and quit.
I'm at my limits. Fish are swimming around everywhere. No matter where I go, I feel like I'm drowning, and no matter what, no one believes me. Ever since Kazuki died, I'm miserable.
The next entry is the last.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I wonder if my past life was as a fish. Recently, I feel no resistance in the water. Uh-oh.
I wonder what that means. Who knows?
I'm guessing he drowned to death. The girl closes the diary and places it on the table with a dull thud. The last entry in the diary was July 10th, around the same time of year as now. I can read. So, it's roughly 5 years ago to the date. Convenient. I wonder what could have happened to the staff member after that. I somehow know the answer. Surely he met the same end as the one called Kazuki. As I mull over my doubts, I notice a half-full plastic bottle on the table.
This juice, the expiration date on it is from 4 years ago.
Yep, so there's definitely time-changing rooms.
There was a calendar on the other side, but it's also from 4 years ago. I thought this room seemed to have been recently in use, but it's the Manten Aquarium for 4 years ago. 4 years ago? Yes. The prices in the pamphlet left here are also 200 yen cheaper than they are now, so there's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, if that pretty much sums it up. I mean, a calendar from 4 years ago, a drink with expiration date of 4 years ago, and cheaper prices from the current time, then yeah, it would suggest that something is wrong in terms of the time period. Despite my lingering doubts, I believe what she says. Up to this point, I've seen time passing in a weird fashion here many times. Rather than being in awe of the fact that we're in the Manten Aquarium of long ago, I'm more caught up in the realization of how many years have passed.
Once, 4 years ago, Manten Aquarium closed down for about half a year. It was right around July. Surely that was when this employee died. I had no idea. It wouldn't have been that big a deal. There are other things for people to do for fun. Anyway, the current urban legends about Manten Aquarium probably came from this period, and they aren't merely rumors. You're saying that there could be others that wound up in similar circumstances to ours? Yes. Moreover, there may be someone who got out of this Manten Aquarium. There has to be a clue somewhere after all.
Maybe. Hopefully we'll find something. This diary hints at that. However, this diary holds one more possibility. That 3-day absence from work. After that disappearance, the person called Kazuki had an accident and died. Kazuki had returned to the real world, but was unable to live on peacefully. There is a stinging sensation inside of me. The reason we came to Manten Aquarium was because of Himeno's ghost stories. Couldn't that have also been someone who returned from Manten Aquarium? The story's content was different, but the result was the same. The full moon and red water could be considered a dramatization of an urban legend. So people end up trapped in Manten Aquarium, they miraculously escape, they try to live out their normal lives and also talk about it with friends, I guess, or others, or just, rumors get spread about somehow. And apparently Kazuki couldn't deal with it, so he came back to Manten Aquarium and then he died 3 days later. Damn.
There's something that's bothering me. It's a ghost story I heard from Himeno. Ghost story?
She's like, what the hell? You're gonna tell me a stupid spooky tale now? Having caught the girl's attention, I tell her the story as we sit. I forget some of the finer details and mix up the order, but I give her the same general story.
You heard this story from that girl Himeno? You don't know any more details? That's all I heard. Himeno insisted it was a rumor, so she probably doesn't know any further details either. I see. By any chance, have you heard that story as well?
Some time passes, but the girl still doesn't say anything else on the subject. I think she does know the story, but maybe slightly differently. The girl's expression seems a little different than it has up until now, but I cannot get a deeper read on it. Not allowing the silence to continue much longer, the girl speaks without looking at me.
Think about it won't do any good. Well, I'm going.
And Mayumi's quickly standing up. She doesn't want her to leave.
But wait, didn't I tell you I have no desire to run from Manten Aquarium?
Yes, she doesn't want to leave, but Mayumi clearly wants to leave to get Himeno out of here to safety, plus possibly Kenji and Mari. The girl says this over her shoulder, putting her hand on the door to the staff room. According to the map, the side the girl exits from leads to the gate. The girl having turned down my request for company, I can see that she is no longer going to stop to help me, so I don't try to make her. And now I am alone, once again. I'm just also thinking, based on what they're telling us, so if that girl goes through the door right now to the gate, and then Mayumi proceeds in the same direction, they'll be separated possibly in completely different times. This room has neither the sound of machines nor that of ventilation fans, so I can hear the beating of my timid little heart. I remember another rumor the staff member wrote in the diary. A girl with long hair and winter clothes. The girl was referred to as a ghost. She wasn't in the story Himeno told. What it may have hinted at was that Mari had already become a ghost, so the Mari that had appeared before me was... One part of me agrees with that thinking, but another part of me rejects it. I am torn between the two, and the inside of my eyes grows hot. But there's no use in thinking about it. I have to move forward. If I falter, nothing will change, right? I am alone again, but it isn't as if I don't know anything. It isn't as if I can't do anything. Oh wow, this is a choice that leads towards whatever true ending we get, I think, because it's blue. And what a choice. So I think this is quite a significant choice to where the story goes, guys. So we have to decide whether we go and save Himeno, who we clearly know is not in good shape, or I have to save Mari, who may have been trapped here for 5 years and now aged, or she's dead and she's a ghost. And that would kind of seem a bit pointless for Mayumi to waste her time on. Which is kind of sounds kind of harsh, but if it's a ghost, then you could save Himeno. Who knows? Well, anyway, we're gonna make a quick save. just so we can come back and find the other path as well. My mouse is not obeying me. Right, okay, so we made a quick save. So I have to save Himeno or I have to save Mari. So we'll find out what the other choice does, of course, because we want to see all the endings that are true and also bad. But I think the first attempt, we should at least try and save Himeno, because we definitely know Himeno's alive. She's not in good shape, but there may be a chance we can save her. So I'm going to say first, I have to save Himeno.
That's right. I will save Himeno.
I won't just say that, she can probably be saved. Within this aquarium, I have to be determined. That girl had steeled herself because she had no doubts. She seemed strong.
I'll move on.
Saying this, I reached for the door of the staff room. Apologies if the camera picked that up, if the audio picked that up. I think that was something being dropped by a neighbour. That was definitely the first time we switched seats in 7th grade. Oh, this sounds like a flashback. Oh, it is a flashback. So this must be when Himeno and Mayumi just met.
Okay, who will I sit next to? Nakabe-san, was it? It's Nakanobi.
When I first entered junior high, I didn't really make an effort to talk to any of my classmates, so I had no friends. Aww. Even now, I have anxiety about talking to people I don't know, but it pales in comparison to the way I was the year before last. During free time, I would read books in a corner of the classroom. During lunchtime, I would slowly eat my lunch alone. That was how it was every day. I knew how to keep myself occupied.
Ah, sorry. By the way, Nakanobi-san, do you have low blood pressure?
What kind of question is that?
No, not really. Well, I'm your neighbour now. Let's get to know each other.
Himeno was the last one in the row closest to the window, and I was next to her. Himeno ended up with no one else to talk to, so she did all she could to talk to me, or at least that's how I saw it.
Ah, Mayu, your lunch is ground steak with cheese inside. I just love it. Let me have a little. Ah, my side dish.
So straight off at the beginning of their friendship, she steals her food.
Okay, I'll give you the pork from my yakisoba bread, Mayu. No thanks. Jeez, quit being so picky, Mayu. Mayu? Yeah, Mayu. You're Mayumi-chan, right? So I thought I should call you Mayu.
Oh, and a nickname straight off the bat.
You remember my name?
This exchange took place 2 days after our seats changed. I still hadn't opened my heart to Himeno. Undaunted by my curt manner, Himeno would do things like reach for my box lunch. Up to that point, I had never told her my first name, but Himeno called me Mayu. I'm not sure, I'm a bit confused by that statement. Does that mean that Himeno knew Mayumi's first name without her telling her? After that day, something changed. I would initiate conversation with Himeno, and even after that semester and the next seat change, Himeno would bring her lunch over and eat with me at my desk. Before I realized it, Himeno and I had become friends. The first time Himeno and I ever argued was in the summer. Oh dear. So at least they've had arguments in the past. Should we see a documentary or a horror movie? It was a trivial matter, but it was important to us. After that, Himeno and I fought numerous times, but we made up just as many. Every time it rains, the ground hardens.
Himeno,
I muttered to myself. Even with today's argument, we made up. There was nothing else more important than Tamagawa Himeno, my one and only best friend.
My best friend. Yes, that's right.
No matter what, I will protect her. Sound of drop, fall into poison. So it looks like we've cleared another chapter, guys. Cleared a scene. Oh, looks like we've made it back to the entrance gate, guys. After I leave the staff room and walk for a bit, the entrance gate appears in my line of sight.
This is...
I exit into a different place from the staff passageway I entered with Hiyoshi-san. This aquarium has more back passages than I thought. Yeah, and the entranceway certainly looks different from when we entered the aquarium at the beginning of the game. So the entrance gate is definitely in a time lapse by what we can see anyway visually. So anyway, guys, at this point I think we're going to call the episode right here, and then we'll see where Mayumi heads off to next time in terms of trying to find a way out for her and Himeno. She's at the entrance gate, so maybe there's a chance that she can find a way out right now, or maybe we have to go in deeper to find a way out. Plus, we also got to find out what is going on with Mari. Is she a ghost? Has she been trapped here for 5 years? Don't know. And also, I'd imagine we'll meet the other girl again with the purple hair. Maybe Kenji will come back in his mad state, and maybe we'll also meet that nasty vice director woman as well. But anyway, we'll find out next time, guys. So for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive, beautiful big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to continue this story, as well as more content to follow on the channel. And also, if you want to say anything, if you want to ask me a question, or if you want to send any feedback to me about the videos, it would be greatly appreciated. Or anything else you want to say, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, so we'll find out what happens next time, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!